Meeting to order. First order of business, I have a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting dated 18th October 2023. Give you a little time to take a look at it. It's that was pretty short and sweet fast one.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
I'll second.
Have a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay. Motion carried. Second order of business, excuse me, approve county candidate petitions.
Give you a,
First, I gotta get
yeah,
a motion to approve. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second? Anyone?
I'll second.
I'd second it, but I can't. All right, discussion.
if you look, there's, for each election date, you've got the candidates. So we've got, get on line here. On one page where there's 4 candidates, that's the Republican primary for March. And those are the candidates that have qualified. I have their petitions here if you want to look through them. It's up to you all. And then on the back side, the 2 candidates are, those are for the August election, the independent candidates for District 6.
And you all vetted with the.
Yeah, they're, we've got all their
Signatures
stuff right
all
here.
approved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just have to prove them. If you'd like to look through them, we can, or,
No.
it's the same.
Well, let me back up. Does anybody want to take a look at that? He's got more information. Anyway.
They've all,
If they- if
we
they're in the right
verified all the
dis-
signatures,
if they're
all
in
of
the
them
right
had more
district
than
and everything.
25, so, they were good, they were, gone through. There was no questionable signatures, even with any that may have been, like, oh, is that signature, they had extras, so there wasn't any that were close like that.
And you did check on the ones that have the R by them?
They've been,
That
yep, that's,
last 3 elections?
Dave Vance, so see, technically the way that works is that we approve them, the
GOP.
the GOP, they're the ones who vet them. We don't vet, we only issue petitions, and then they're the ones who would
Right.
do that. I've already been in contact, or he's been in contact with me.
I could have asked him,
So,
but.
yeah, he's been in contact with me. There was only one candidate, he didn't turn in a petition, that didn't meet the qualifications. I think he moved here in 20-something, and he just didn't turn his petition back in.
Martha Earhart, she's she's the assessor now. right?
Assessor, yeah, that's right.
Did she run independent last
No,
time?
Last time, there was no
There were no-
primary, so
That's
it was, everybody was
That's right,
independent.
all right, I got it. That's right. No, because I remember when I ran last time, she was running it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
I'll make a motion to approve them.
I already had the motion.
Oh, you already-
Just brief discussion. Any further discussion? Questions? All in favor? All opposed? And the ayes have it.
Who seconded?
Ms. Jane, you did.
I did.
I think
you did
Ms.
that
Hope
one.
Yeah.
I
made
did
the
the first
motion,
one.
and then
Okay, just wanted
Tim
to make sure.
said, go ahead and let you, that's what I have.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
You're a discussion like I would now, I can't remember. Okay. All right. Next order of business is lock and approve the boxes for the March 5th, 2024 elections. Wow, March will be here in no time.
So we need Miss Jane and one of us, right?
Do y'all wanna get
Wanna
the
be-
motion,
You know
and
more about it than I do.
y'all wanna,
Yeah.
get the motion?
Do I have a
and go through?
motion
Yeah, I'll make a
Yeah,
motion.
make a motion.
and second? And our discussion will be going and
Just looking at it, yep.
making sure.
Let's see.
She comes.
Why don't we just set one, just set them over here one at a time and
That
that,
sounds perfect.
Miss Jane,
Yeah,
you're
what
taking-
happened
about
is you'll be on the red
Keys.
side, Miss Jane will be on the blue side, you gotta open it up, make sure nothing's in there,
These
and
are,
then lock.
these are actually a pain to slide out, so it's easier to grab and just kind of center it, pull back. So I'll help with that.
I didn't mean to point at you. Sorry.
And then you'll look to see, so we have keys.
That's all you doing.
I use my hands a lot. I'm sorry.
Or these keys will go in the bags, I always just leave them out.
Maybe I have some Italian in me. Maybe I have some Italian in me.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't, as long as I always try to keep the lock, so this is the Democratic, and this will be the Democratic. Let Miss Jane look. Miss Jane, you
Okay.
good with that?
Yes, I'm good with that.
Nothing's in there, and then we just,
Keep an eye on it, I don't just like.
we lock it down. Like this, we'll lock that. Down here. And we'll just pull these through like this, and then it's tabbed.
You know how to make a star?
So that one's done, and then this one,
Sure.
we will last
Ready?
right here. This is my key, so when we have absentee ballots, we can slide them in.
You wanna try it?
Yeah, you just watch. Because somebody will give you keys to keep
Left-handed?
Yeah.
Republicans and somebody will keys to keep red
In here.
See,
I did put oil on these this time, but it don't feel like I did anything to them.
you need some of that black stuff.
Well, I thought I had some graphite, and I couldn't find it, so I just used some.
Graphite's good.
Yeah, I used it on the door. The door was getting sticky, and so I used it on the door. So, I'll just set this down here. Get that.
Are you leaving them out here or are you putting them in the bag?
Well, I'll put them in the bag afterwards. So pull the keys out.
You all good?
Good.
All of them down there, they done that one. First one, they done.
Keep that up. It's amazing that little bitty lip right there, how much it'll hold.
Okay.
Did you get those shoes resold or they come like that?
Me?
Yeah.
They came like that.
Wow. Hard to find that type of sole on it.
I couldn't tell you where they came from. I don't know if it was Crystal or Mary Jewel.
It's almost like a Vibram sole.
Like a what?
Vibram.
I told her that I'd like some nice dress shoes that are comfortable. I've only got a couple pair that I can wear. They are not comfortable. I'll wear them for like, if I wear them for like half the day, I don't want them on them. And then if I had my choice of what to wear, if I had my choice, I'd be rocking some Stan Smith Adidas. That's what I wear.
I wear Skechers for,
Well,
the Skechers slip-ons are wonderful.
see they're the Adidas, the Stan Smiths are like the ones that they're white with just 3 stripes, and they're I keep them loose enough. I just slap them down the end of them. So
My son-in-law sells, these dough, they're French shoes, they're wonderful.
What brand?
It's the piece stuff, that's what we say.
I've heard of it. Yeah, a lot of stuff like that is more expensive. I don't mind paying for something more.
They are,
If they're
they're good.
good. you
I
know.
learned this when I was doing,
You get what you pay for.
when I was doing geology work, and I was on my feet all day long, 15 hours a day. And it's like, whatever you put on your feet, it's worse than the money, so. Tried to explain that to Mary Jewel, it's taking her a long time.
Tell you what, having stood on concrete and hot for
Yes.
40 years, it kills you.
Kills. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I would rather just wear comfortable shoes. I'd rather be completely comfortable.
These young women that wear all those things, my girls, those how.
Oh, my grandchildren do.
I'm like, no girls. But I never did wear them really high.
Mine do. I wear them about like that.
Yeah,
But that's okay.
now that Amy's doing more field work, she doesn't wear her shoes still.
There's some stuff out there now. It's how you can consume a shoe.
Oh, I saw, they had one, in Spice. Okay. It was a high heel about like this, but it folded up, and you can pack it and wear it later. I wanted a pair, but they didn't have one in my size, they were on sale. I thought, I don't wear high heels, but I would have wore that one. It was,
Well, I broke my leg in 2000. And it did me, I can't wear any kind of heel.
I remember you being on crutches.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I remember
You
that.
weren't my class then. so-
But no, not 2000.
No. But yes, I did.
I must have run into you somewhere. Yeah, I
I paid a
remember that.
terrible price for that, I tell you. Terrible price. Had to put rods and pins and
Wish I
screws
was
and all
still that
sorts of
young.
things In there. And it's still,
Provisional
I'm still paying for it.
Yeah,
Where
because
they
it'll be,
put a
so
rod
each
in
one.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, each one has provisional.
Kneecap.
So the only thing I'll ask
So it
is
goes
that
down the
you
side
don't mind
of it?
checking
No, it goes
the
down
keys to make sure
inside the
they're
bottom.
all democratic.
Right.
We just went through it. I was
Okay.
That way, y'all are gonna sign,
we'll
whoever
do it.
keeps them gets, whoever gets to keep them gets to sign off that they got them.
I don't know where I'll keep them this time. So
I think Miss Nellie Settle always just kept them in, she said, I was keeping them in my trunk.
well, I hadn't got a trunk.
She said she would put it under where her tire goes, and she would just leave it there.
Okay.
I see you down there south.
Yeah, it looks like it. I estimated this one.
Absentee general box, am I supposed to?
But if it says right there by your fingers.
Oh, yeah, I did, I had my finger on it, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay, because that's why I asked you to check to make sure, because my confidence is waning. Once you go through and you look at them, so.
Okay.
Okay. No further discussion on that? All in favor? All opposed? Okay. All right, and you need a motion to approve early.
Before we do
early
that,
voting.
before we jump to that, I was gonna have you guys sign them off.
Okay.
So, that's the county board, this one, if you wanna start signing, we'll start that way and work our way around, and then,
Doesn't make any difference where I say.
and I'm going to write in here.
Looks like they may even have extras.
That's a good sign.
No, I'm gonna have to fix this one. This one had remain misread on there, so let me print one of those off real quick.
This one goes to
Oh, I thought I signed that on the other
I think you signed it. What does it say?
thing. Okay, I didn't know if there was one for,
No, yeah, it's just 5 slots, I think.
okay.
It's just for the keys, I think.
Okay. Yes.
And then this one here, Miss Jane, is just for you, and then the other side is for Tim. Yours is on the right side of that thing.
Yeah, nobody, I didn't have to sign that one. This is keys, right?
No, you want, everybody needs to sign this one because you're
Everybody.
saying that the keys went to them. So
Oh,
y'all are,
okay.
y'all are, they gotta sign one on their own, and then this one is for everybody to sign. And if you don't mind, Miss Jane, at the top right there, you see where my initials are on that top? I whited out Miss Rita's and I put yours. If you'll just initial next to that, right.
Right here?
Yeah, right where I wrote your name in. If you'll just, right above it, just initial, that way, it shows that we both.
So we all signed this one too?
Yes.
Okay, just wanna make sure I'm doing the right thing.
Nope, that's right. That's the hardest part, is making sure we get everything signed.
You are being good boys today.
Mm-hmm. So what's your favorite color?
No, I put the date in the wrong place.
Red and blue.
Red and blue? I like red and blue too.
Maybe I didn't. I put the date in the wrong place.
That,
Is that gonna make any difference?
no, that'll be fine. And then, if you'll hand it right across the Tim, you can get that one signed. I signed one of these. And if you wanna go ahead and sign that one, that's the meeting, the minutes from last time.
I don't need to sign
No,
that one.
that's just,
You then can't do that. You can't do that.
Somebody's very well behaved.
Mhm.
Got them?
I got them all signed right here.
And all in favor? Already ready to do that.
We've got that one.
Okay. Motion to approve early voting times. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Second.
And this is, this list here, right?
That's that list,
That's
and
the list
we,
to approve.
we can, and what I was gonna say is that list there, I mean, that's what we did. I just took 4 years ago and I put it out on this piece of paper. I went through and looked, you know, we generally are here from 8 till 4, and we stayed. Last time, we went and looked at, how many people came in, and so generally, after about 4 o'clock, it could be 3 people, an hour, maybe. We stayed open until 6 o'clock. I believe it was 4 years ago, and nobody came in between 5 and 6. It was just, nobody came. And so that's the one reason that we did this. Now, in respect to other counties, Montgomery County, I printed off some, theirs from previous ones, because they haven't set theirs either, but from 2020, February 2020, they were open from 8 until 7, or 8 until 5 most days. Now, the difference is they have a population of 225,000, and they actually have requirements that make them have to be open those hours. And so I just printed theirs off just to have, this is just some, if you want to look at them, they're there. But I looked at Decatur County from 2022, and this was actually not I couldn't find the March election. This is the August election, or the November election, and they are open from 9 to 4. And so it's kind of customary for that. I personally don't mind being open from 8 to 4, but what that requires is generally our office is open 8 to 4, and we have to get here early. I personally would like to see it 8:30 to 4, but I'm okay with either one. Because we'll get here and then we'll be able to open machines and have them running. And the legal requirement for us is 3 hours consecutive during the day for early voting. That's all we have to have.
But
So-
I'd say change it to 8:30,
So,
because I don't know that it's gonna, I have our,
Would you have anybody in that early? I
Well,
mean, have
I-
you looked
the
at,
first day, we probably would. But generally, it doesn't take us, like, we could have everybody get here at 8, and then we could open the machines. Normally, now, I'll say this, we're going to different machines, so, but with what I know from them, it's not gonna take us long to open. And so if we said 8 o'clock, got everything set, checked all the numbers, made sure everything was like it should be, I mean, it should take us 15 minutes to open, is what I'm figuring. After the first day, because it shouldn't be long for us to open the
you wanna
machines
leave it
up.
like this, or not? I really
Works
can't,
better
I
for
really
y'all.
can't, it would have to come from one of y'all.
So,
I would make a motion that we move the starting time to 8:30, and that gives y'all 30 minutes to get it, like you said, get it set
Do I have
up.
a second on
And I
that?
mean, you've got 8:30 to 4 and then 8:30 to 5, that gives them plenty of time to vote.
Miss Jane, you second?
Yes, I second it.
Okay. Any discussion on that? So, make that 8:30.
and that's early election only.
that's early voting only.
Yeah.
Now, on election day, that'll be a different time.
That has to be there.
Yeah.
We have to, just as a note, the requirement for election day is 10 hours. So technically, we could open at 9, and then still get our 10 hours from 9 to 7. I personally, it's hard on our poll workers to do 7 to 7, but I really feel like that it gives everybody an
Yeah,
opportunity.
that's
It's just the way that it
Yeah.
Because
is.
if you went later, you'd have so many people saying, well, I was gonna come before work, and
And then
It's
you
always
could-
been that way in the past, and
Yeah.
it's time they
Yeah.
cut me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
so I'm gonna say leave that.
And so, generally, on a normal election, we vote our biggest portion of people for early voting. That this year, like this election, the March election is not, generally is not that way, because you never know if a candidate will still be in the race, with it being a presidential preference primary. Some people drop out right before the election day, so a lot of people will wait until election day to vote. So we'll have a bigger election day in March, and then normally in November, it'll be a bigger early voting.
Okay.
So,
So, got a motion and a second to move that to 8:30 as opposed to 8 AM. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Never mind. Okay. All right. Next order of business is all required needed duties of the election commission.
well, this is just as a note, I left this in there. This was a public information request that we received. It asked, what company's software do we use to manage the voter database? What city and state is it headquartered? And it goes off where's and where we do those things. That said, a lot of this stuff is proprietary, not to us, but to them. And so we have to be mindful of what we can offer out. So I'm currently working on getting us a cybersecurity policy that will dictate what we can and cannot give out.
Yeah.
Because and it's not because we don't necessarily, it's not because we're trying to hide anything, it's literally because there's security issues
Right.
that could play in effect if somebody was to try to find out
Who-
everything and go
Who
from
is this
there.
James Garrett?
He is a Nashville native, he's out of Nashville. I'll say native, but he gave us a driver's license with a Nashville address. That's him. So that's the only reason. So the state of Tennessee, you're required to live in the state of Tennessee for the open records policy to apply to you.
But does he have to request it through open records?
Well, okay, so.
Something's
Stewart-
not set.
No, well, and almost every county got one of these, and so that's kind of what this is. I've called around, several counties have received this exact same request. Our open records request, process for the county, we have one, the county has on their website that they do. However, they do not have an open records request contact for the whole county. It is for individual offices. So I'm the point of contact for this office for open records requests, basically. It's the chair, it's the administrator or whoever's over that office. So anybody in, the county, say at the courthouse, they would be over.
But they should receive it and then send it on down to you.
It would come to me.
correct?
yeah.
The request for
The internet.
information.
It just
Yeah,
comes straight off the
and they
internet.
can email it, and so they can use the form.
That's what I.
However, if they don't use the form, if they have all pertaining information, it's a valid request.
Does he have all pertaining
He
information?
does. It basically, and it's not vague. He was not vague in what he asked. So I did let him know who it was, and I'll say, per the state contact, once I've talked to them, they said, well, you can tell them those things, but they're proprietary. So when he says company software, here's who we use, that's their proprietary information. We can't disclose it, and so that's the way that goes.
Okay,
And so if he wants to know more, he needs to contact that company.
right.
And so the only thing that he really got was how many registered voters we have at the moment. And when I sent it to him, it was 9,757.
Okay,
And I just told him, we don't, just for reference, we use a company called Voter Central that helps us manage our voters. We have we don't have a software for our worker database. We don't use it. And then, like I said, the voters, and so everything else is done in house basically. So. But I wanted to make y'all aware that I am working on getting, probably in January, I'll have it on the agenda to go through and really try to hone in our cybersecurity and our security policy, because we don't necessarily have a solid one. And so that's what I want to make sure we do.
all right.
Well, I say we don't have a solid, we do, but I want it in writing, so if I was to say I cannot give you that information, I can reference the policy that we have,
Yeah, this just doesn't sit right. with
so.
me.
And we get a lot of,
a lot of
honestly, we get a lot of records requests continually.
I can understand that from the county, but somebody who has no business really.
Well, we
If
honestly,
he wants to check with his own county,
2 years
fine.
ago, we got a bunch of requests for cast vote records from people from West Tennessee all the way up to Johnsonville, or
That's fishy.
so it's across the whole state.
That's
They're
fishy.
all over, and so they're a valid request because they are a resident of the state of Tennessee. So we have to
Okay.
process the request, but it
I mean,
doesn't.
it's not that I don't want to
So,
be open or anything,
yeah.
don't misunderstand me,
No.
I'm always leery nowadays of people wanting this.
Well, this is very pointed information, like
Yes.
software, so it is proprietary to
And
them,
that
so
tells
we can't
me,
release
that
it.
tells me it could be used for nefarious reasons, and I'm not keen on that.
So,
All right,
but with
but you're
that,
taking care of that.
it is taken care of, it has been processed, and I responded, so if they respond again on the next one, when we have our January 10th meeting, we can discuss it then and see what they want, so.
All right. All right, new information or new or old business?
I don't have any. The only thing I would mention was if you have any ideas of, I'll bring forth some people for, I'm working on my election workers stuff, so in January we'll probably go over that so we can get those honed in. And on the Democratic side, if you have anybody that might work for a voter machine tech, so we might be thinking about that. And so I'll also do that, and we can go through and see, but that's,
Is there, was it thing with the location of the church in Buckles Mills, the one that had no, has that all been taken care of?
yeah, there's not been any more, honestly, I think once they went to the new voting location,
Okay,
they realized it's 3 miles, well, 5 miles down the road, 3.5
well,
minutes or
I was
something
already
like
asked,
that.
because I
But,
mean, this is February, it's gonna be cold.
yeah, no,
and-
we're still at the church, and that's where we're
Okay.
until, you know, honestly,
Cool,
and as far as unless drastic changes happen at the fire hall,
right,
you know, I don't foresee us going back down to the fire hall, I'll say within the next 10 years, unless it's, you know, something that's required to do.
okay.
So, because if we were to, if we get into that, then that means that we have to change all the
I mean, it's not like
documentation,
that's-
everything.
It's not like that's the only church.
Yeah,
I mean, District One.
Yeah.
Methodist Church.
oh no, I don't even think that it was necessarily the church, I think it was the fact that it just.
It was
they-
changed
it's
from- it changed from what it used to be.
was, and it had been at the fire hall for so long.
Yeah, people
and
don't like change.
That's it, yeah,
I
so.
got it. All right. Any other old business? Okay. Set the time and date for the next meeting, January 10th. That's the first quarter meeting, right?
That's right, that's our quarterly meeting.
Okay.
And we've got it set for the second Wednesday of the quarter.
Everybody okay with that? Okay, we'll leave that as it is. And just so you know, I mean, if something comes up to where you're, see something, you know, as long as it's a few weeks out, I have no qualms with, you know,
Flexing.
adjusting.
Yeah.
Adjusting. I understand the world we live in, it changes on a daily basis. All right. I guess the last thing is that, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I make the motion to adjourn.
Okay. All in favor? All opposed? Well, you can